Fighting with the swords, gone. Playing with the brain, on. Let's play Giraffe Chess Hattrick League Season 3.
International Giraffe Chess Federation presents Hattrick League Season 3 between 10 Proddatur teams. Hello everyone, welcome to India's new 68 squad Giraffe Chess Academy Proddatur, and welcome to the live telecast of no draws, no resigns, only win or lose in just 70 moves Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us watch Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 23rd match between Proddatur Rhinos versus Proddatur Lions team. Each team consists of 3 players. Whoever team all outs opponent all 3 players is the match winners. Let us see the toss at the center of the court.
From Proddatur Lions. It is head. Toss won by the Proddatur Lions team. What would select? Proddatur Lions team, they won the toss and elected to play first game on black
And
side.
in toss, Proddatur Lions team, they won the toss and elected to play on black side. And here is the both teams lineup for Proddatur Rhinos team. Ganesh is the opener and Mohit is the second player, and Charantej comes to play as third player. And for Proddatur Lions team, Ram Charan is the opener and Dinesh is the second player, and Lohit will comes to play as third player. Now, let us watch first game of the match between Proddatur Gladiators team opening player Ganesh versus Proddatur Lions team opening player Ramcharan Nayak. Let us see among these 2 players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Let us watch. Let us move on to the court. 3 times hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Ganesh is ready to play on right side. Let us see on other side of the court. Little scholar awardee, Proddatur Lions team opening player Ram Charan Nayak is ready to play on. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 1 of Hattrick League Season 3 23rd match. Black side player Ram Charan Nayak is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 1 started.
Pawn to c3, knight to f6, queen to e2, pawn to d5, pawn to d4, pawn capture pawn at e4, pawn capture pawn at e5, knight to g4, queen capture pawn at e4, knight to c6, pawn to h3, knight capture pawn at e5, pawn to f4, pawn to f5, queen to e2, queen to e7, pawn capture knight at e5, queen capture pawn at e5, queen capture queen at e5, knight capture queen at e5, bishop to f4, bishop to d6, bishop capture knight at e5, bishop capture bishop at e5, knight to a3, bishop to g3 and check to white king, king to d1, bishop to d6, knight to b5, giraffe to e6, knight capture bishop at d6, pawn capture knight at d6, king to d2, giraffe to f6, king to e1, giraffe to c5 in illegal, giraffe to d9, dazzling at king side, bishop to b3, queen to c8, bishop to c2, queen to b7, rook to e1, bishop to c5, queen to d3, bishop capture pawn at f2,
Ganesh immediately moved his queen to h7 and said check to black king. It is not only check, it is a checkmate win to Ganesh. What a superb checkmate win to Ganesh. Ramcharan out. Proddatur Lions team lost the first player. Ganesh, with this win, he won the first game and still need 2 more wins to do hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. Now, let us watch second game of the match between Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Ganesh versus Proddatur Lions team second player Dinesh. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Ganesh already won the first game and now playing for winning second game. Let us watch what will happen. Let us move on to the court. 3 times hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Ganesh is ready to play on black side. Let us see on other side of the court. 1-time hat-trick hero, young scholar awardee, Proddatur Lions team Dinesh is ready to play on white side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 2 of Hattrick League Season 3 23rd match. Black side player Ganesh is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 2 started.
Knight to f3, pawn to d5, pawn to d4, pawn to f6, pawn to c3, knight to c6, knight to a3, pawn to e5, pawn to e3, pawn to e4, knight to d2, pawn to f5, pawn to h3, queen to e7, pawn to g4, pawn capture pawn at g4, pawn capture pawn at g4, knight to h6, rook to g1, queen to h4, rook to h1, queen capture pawn at g4, bishop to h3, queen capture queen at d1 and check to white king, king capture queen at d1, pawn to a6, bishop capture bishop at c8, rook capture bishop at c8, pawn to f3, pawn capture pawn at f3, knight capture pawn at f3, knight to g4, king to e1, pawn to h6, rook to f1, bishop to d6, rook to g1, pawn to h5, giraffe to h1, rook to f8, knight to e5, bishop capture knight at e5, giraffe capture knight at g4, pawn capture giraffe at g4, pawn capture bishop at e5, knight capture pawn at e5, knight to c2, knight to f3 and check to white king, king to f1, knight capture rook at g1, king capture knight at g1, king to d7, king to g2, rook to e8, bishop to d2, pawn to c5, rook to f1, rook to g8, king to g3, rook to e4, rook to f4, giraffe to f6 and check to white king, king capture pawn at g4, rook capture rook at f4, king capture rook at f4, king to e6, pawn to e4, pawn to g5 and check to white king, king to g4, pawn capture pawn at e4, bishop capture pawn at g5, giraffe to g3, king to h4, king to f5, knight to e3 and check to black king, king to e5, knight to g4 and check to black king, king to d5, Knight to f6. Giraffe capture knight at f6. Bishop capture giraffe at f6. Pawn to e3. Giraffe capture pawn at e3. King to e4. King to h5. King capture giraffe at e3. King to h6. King to d2. King to h7.
Now we can
King
see
to c1.
Ganesh is
King,
just one step away to win by crowning.
king to
Yes, he
h6.
moved his king to
King to d0.
d0 and
Crowning
won the
win.
game by crowning. What a superb crowning win to Ganesh. Dinesh out. Proddatur Lions team second player Dinesh out. Ganesh with this win he won continuously 2 games and still need one more win to do hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. Now, let us watch third game of the match between Proddatur Lions team last player Lohit Reddy versus Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Ganesh. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Ganesh already won continuously 2 games and now playing third game for doing hat-trick. Let us see what will happen. Let us move on to the court. Best Scholar awardee Proddatur Lions team last player Lohit Reddy is ready to play on black side. Let us see on other side of the court. 3 times hat-trick hero, Best Scholar awardee Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Ganesh is ready to play on white side. Okay. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 3 of Hattrick League Season 3 23rd match. Black side player Lohit is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 3 started.
Pawn to e4, pawn to e5, pawn to c3, knight to f6, queen to e2, pawn to d5, pawn to d4, pawn capture pawn at e4, pawn capture pawn at e5, knight to g4, queen capture pawn at e4, knight to c6, pawn to h3, knight capture pawn at e5, pawn to f4, pawn to f5, queen to e2, queen to e7, pawn capture knight at e5, queen capture pawn at e5, queen capture queen at e5, knight capture queen at e5, bishop to f4, bishop to d6, bishop capture knight at e5, bishop capture bishop at e5, knight to a3, bishop to g3 and check to white king, king to d1, bishop to d6, knight to b5, giraffe to e6, knight capture bishop at d6, pawn capture knight at d6, king to d2, giraffe to f6, king to e1, giraffe to c5 in illegal, giraffe to d9, bishop to b5 and check to white king, bishop to d7, bishop capture bishop at d7 and check to white king, king capture bishop at d7, knight to f3, giraffe to e6, king to f2, giraffe capture knight at f3, giraffe capture giraffe at f3, giraffe to c5, pawn to b4, giraffe to d8, giraffe to c4 and check to black king, king to e6, rook to e1 and check to black king, king to d5, rook to d1 and check to black king, king capture giraffe at c4, rook to d4 and check to black king, king to b5, giraffe to a1, giraffe to e5 and check to white king, king to f3, rook to c8, rook to d5 and check to black king, king to c4, rook capture pawn at d6, king capture pawn at c3, rook to d1, rook to d8, Rook capture rook at d8. Giraffe capture rook at d8. Rook to e2. Giraffe to e5. King to f4. Rook to d8. King capture giraffe at e5. Rook to d1. King to e6. Rook to d8. King to f7. Rook to h8. King to e7. Pawn to g5. King to d7. Rook to a8. Giraffe to d0 and check to black king. King to d3. Rook to b2. Pawn to f4. Giraffe to g1. King to c3. Rook to f2. King to d3. Giraffe capture pawn at f4. King to e3. Rook to c2. Rook to h8. Giraffe to c5. King to d3. Rook to d2 and check to black king. King to c3. Rook to f2. Pawn to h5. Giraffe to d8. King to d3. King to c8. Rook capture giraffe at d8 and check to white king. King capture
Now we
rook at
can see
d8.
Ganesh is just one step away to win by crowning. Yes, he moved his king to
King
d9,
to d9 crowning
and won
win.
the game by crowning. What a superb crowning win to Ganesh. Lohit out. Proddatur team last player Lohit out. With this out, Proddatur Lions team all out and lost the match. And with this win, Ganesh, he won continuously 3 games and did hat-trick and became hat-trick hero of today's great match. And this is his 4th hat-trick in Hattrick League. Congratulations, 4-time hat-trick hero Ganesh.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Now let us start today's, after finishing off extracurricular, very best and most exciting Proddatur Rhinos versus Proddatur Lions. So the very good game, and today we are with today's Hattrick hero Ganesh from the Proddatur Rhinos team. So today hat-trick hero, he did hat-trick in just 126 moves. So congratulations hat-trick hero, and here is the 500 rupees cash prize from the International Giraffe Chess Federation for the hat-trick. Now let us have a small interview. You played very well and you did a hat-trick in 126 moves. The first player you out is Ramcharan Nayak. He is a very good player. He out
25 was checkmate.
by 25 moves by checkmate. So what is the best move?
అతను ఎక్కువ పవర్ టు పవర్ కొట్టడం వలన అతను ఓడిపోవడానికి కారణం ఏంటి?
So power to power. So that is the reason. Without thinking, power to power leads to last. Okay. And second player you out is Akhilesh. Dinesh.
46 was
By 46 moves, crowning. So Dinesh you played with Dinesh second game and you won by crowning. So what is the best move?
నేను 13 మూడు అతనికి క్వీన్ డ్యూకిని కొట్టడం వలన నేను గెలవడానికి కారణం ఏంటి? అతను ఎక్కువ క్వీన్తో ఆడడం వలన.
So most of this game he played with the queen. So 13th move is the game winning move. Okay. And the third player you out is Lohit by 55 moves crowning. So third game you played with very good player Lohit. He is also a hat-trick hero. Then you won it. So what is the game winning move?
అతను 13 మూడు అతని మెయిన్ పవర్ అని కోల్పోయినాడు. అందుకు నేను గెలవడానికి కారణం ఏంటి?
Very good. So that is the reason. So finally, in this today's match, very good match between Proddatur Lions and the Rhinos. So today he became the hat-trick hero, Ganesh. Now, whom you dedicate this hat-trick?
మై ఫాదర్.
So he want to dedicate today's hat-trick to his father. Thank you and best wishes for the next matches.
And finally, here is the today's hat-trick hero Ganesh scorecard. In game 1, he outs Ramcharan Nayak by checkmate in 25 moves. In game 2, he outs Dinesh by crowning in 46 moves. In game 3, he outs Lohit by crowning in 55 moves. Totally, Ganesh did a hat-trick in 126 moves. And congratulations hat-trick hero Ganesh, and all the best for the next matches. And here is the points table of Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us see what are the top 4 teams after finishing off 23 matches. Proddatur Chiruta's team with 8 points stands on first position. Proddatur Kings team with 8 points stands on second position. Proddatur Spartans team with 8 points stands on third position. Proddatur Jaguars team with 6 points stands on fourth position. Each team after playing 9 matches, final points are calculated for top 4 positions. Top 4 teams only qualify for the final playoffs.